These are just my opinions, so don't come for me in the comments. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Katie, and from the title of this video, you know what we're doing. I've seen this going around YouTube lately. It's the whole anti-TBR list kind of thing. There's 8 questions, and it's basically the books that you're like planning to never read. I always do a TBR, and then those are the books that I normally are going to read. But these are the books that I just have no desire to ever read. There's a cat. I have a lot of them, so just get used to them being all up in my business in this video probably. But if you're new here and would like to see more of my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy tag videos, because I do, and I'll probably be doing more of them because I just enjoy doing them. So without further ado, let's just get in to the anti-TBR book tag. So, disclaimer before I begin. This is my opinion. So if the books on this list are books that you like, do not get mad at me. These are just the books that I feel like I will never read, I will never get to, I have no interest in reading. Does not mean that they cannot be your favorites. I just want to get that out of there, out of the way before I even begin. Okay, so the first question is a popular book that everyone loves, but you have no interest in reading. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. Okay. Again, this is probably where I'm going to start getting backlash. I have no interest in reading House on the Cerulean Sea. I don't even own a copy, so like I'll post, like, I don't own copies of any of the books I'm going to talk about, so I'll put pictures for you guys. But it's just a book that I have no interest in reading. I hear it's a great book, and I'm sure it is, but to me, I just have no interest in reading about it. Really, that's all there is to it. I don't think I'll ever get to it. It's not something that I enjoy reading. If you liked it, let me know down in the comments why you liked it. Maybe you can change my mind, but for the most part, it's going to be a no-go for me. The second question is a classic book or author that you have no interest in ever reading. All of them? No, that's not true. Like, there are a few that I would like to get to. Like, I have a love for Jane Austen that knows no bounds, but I have yet to read a Jane Austen book. I have a Jane Austen Funko Pop, which she's probably behind me. She is, if you can see her. She's right there. But I haven't got a chance to read her books yet. However, there was like one that came to mind when I was thinking about this, and I guess a book would be Moby Dick. I have no interest in ever reading Moby Dick. No. Don't really care about that big old whale. I don't care to read about it. But I have read, like, or I've seen The Heart of Darkness, The Heart of the Sea. I don't know. It has Chris Hemsworth in it. It has to do with, like, that story, I think. So I did see that, but I just have no interest in reading that, as well as many others. Like, I had to read Great Expectations for high school. I didn't really enjoy it. I love Romeo and Juliet, so there are like a few classics that I really do enjoy, but for the most part, I don't enjoy classics. It's the words, it's the vowels and the haths and the things that I just don't quite understand.
I mean, it's very rare I have the opportunity to bask in the ambiance of such a classy lady such as yourself.
But I'm more of a modern person than anything else. The third question is an author in which you have no interest in reading any of their books. I hate to say this because this author has a lot of fans, but Cassandra Clare, like I have no interest in reading The City of the Bones, City Mortal Instruments, those books, the other books, The other book, there's so many. There's so many in that series, but I just have no interest in reading those type of books. I don't know if it's because I'm getting past that age. Like when they came out, I guess it was more like towards my age at the time, but now that I'm in my 30s, it's just something that it's just not of interest to me. So I would have to say probably the Cassandra Clare books for that one. And then the next one is a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading, and that would be Miss J.K. Rowling, don't know her name, don't care to know her name, how you say it, and the Harry Potter books. I never had any interest in reading Harry Potter anyway growing up. It just wasn't like something that I gravitated toward, didn't need to read it, didn't want to read it, and then when everything came out last year with all, was it last year or this year, with all the stuff that she said, it just made me not even want to read her books anymore, or you know what I mean. It just didn't entice me to read them. The next question is an author that you have read a few of their books and have decided that they're not for you. And I don't think I have an answer to this. I always like to try to at least give an author like 2-3 books. And then if I'm really not connecting, then I'm like, we're done. But I don't think I've met one yet, or read one yet that was like, I can't continue with this author. So I don't think I have an answer for this one. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but for the most part, all the books that I've read are, you know, pretty solid, and I like them. So it's not like I haven't found one where I'm like, I can't read your books at all. So sorry about that one. Don't have an answer. Next is a genre you have no interest in reading. I have no interest in reading sci-fi.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I don't like sci-fi. I have no interest in reading middle grade because I can't really connect to the story, connect to the characters. Like I said, I'm in my 30s. It's just harder for me to do middle grade. And sadly, some YA books. I love my YA books. However, especially YA contemporaries, I'm having a harder time connecting to those characters and how they're feeling and what they're going through because I can't relate to them now. So it's getting to the point where it's like I have to pick and choose my YAs. Like YA fantasy, I guess I can still sort of like get into, but it's the YA contemporaries that it's like I really got to pick and choose because some of them's just not resonating with me anymore, which is sad because I loved my YAs. Like, next question is a book that you've bought but you'll never read. Okay, now I have a lot of books that I have bought that I haven't read yet, but that's not the question. The question is a book that you bought but will never probably read. I hate to say this, but it's probably going to be like Little Women. I bought the book, I have it, yet I have yet to read it. Will I ever read it? I don't know. I just really enjoyed the cover. I thought it was pretty. It was one of the Puffin and Bloom covers, so I was like, that is beautiful. I would like to have the book. So it's probably that, and I also have Emma by Jane Austen, and I don't know if I'll ever read that either. But I bought it because it was Jane Austen, and they didn't have Pride and Prejudice at the time. So out of those, yeah, those will probably be the ones that I probably will never read, unfortunately. Next one is a series you have no interest in reading or a series that you started and DNF'd. I talked a little bit about this in my last video, but I started the Red Queen series years ago when it came out. I started it, got the first book done, enjoyed it. I liked the concept. I got into the second book and I was like, hey. I got 100 pages in and I DNF'd it because it was nothing happening. Nothing happening. I haven't gone back. I own them. They're all right there. They are all, the books are there along with her new book, Realm Breaker. Will I ever go back to the series? Maybe. I had a comment on my last video saying that like that book, the second book, is like the kind of like the weak book, so maybe I'll go back and finish it at the time. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure that's the only series that I've ever DNF'd, which is good job for me, but sad because I really wanted to finish it. And the last one is a new release that you have no interest in reading. This was hard because there's a lot of new releases that I do want to read. You hear my cat? Do you hear her? I put a new release down. It's not technically new. Like, it did not come out in May. So I did like a new release of this year so far that I have no interest in reading. And that book is by Kristen Hanna and it's The Four Winds. I don't have no interest in reading it. I don't like historical a lot of the time. She writes a lot of historical. However, I do own The Nightingale by her because people say it's really, really good. But as of right now, I just have no interest in reading that book. That was really hard, that last one, because there's a lot of new releases that I just want to read. And like, I like to give everyone a chance, but it's just, that one just doesn't seem like it's my cup of tea. So it's just like, oh, I'll just pick that one for the sake of picking a book. But yeah, so that is the or at least my anti-TBR list. I will have the questions listed down below along with some other videos that I've watched. I watched Gabby Reed's do this. I watched Bookables do this. So it's really fun. And if you want to answer the questions in the comments down below with me, I would love to see your answers. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you're new and would like to see more of my face. All my social medias are always linked down below if you'd like to follow me there. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Stop it with the meowing. Oh my gosh, please stop meowing. Would you please stop meowing, cat? Please. Please. Is there someone at my door? I feel like my house is haunted and I'm scared. So that's nice.